everybody, it's Christine, and today I am up for Paper House with some Traveler's Notebook spreads, and I'm actually using these for travel themed stuff. So I am sticking with the travelers part in that notebook idea. So Paper House recently came out with some new destination stickers, which include states and countries, and they have beautiful foiling on them. And they also came out with a great outdoors collection, which has a nice fall feel to it in addition to the outdoors. So I'm going to be combining both of those along with the Autumn Woods collection to make 4 different spreads. My family and I are leaving in a few days for vacation. We're going to be driving from Ohio to Maine. And so I decided to go ahead and get prepped and get some pages ready for that. So I'm going to do just 4 states today, just 4. That's it. Because I knew those states for sure we'd be driving through, and I wasn't sure about a couple others. So kicking things off, I'm doing one for New York. Now, the New York destination stickers, there's 2 different types. There's one that's more New York City themed, and there's one that's like the rest of New York. I was really excited about that because, I don't have as much use for a New York City themed one, but we're not far from Western New York. So we do a lot of playing up there, and so it was nice to have that option that not everything New York had to have the Statue of Liberty and big buildings and stuff, because that's definitely not what the entire state is. So I am using Autumn Woods for this spread, and I pulled out this cute little leaves cut apart that you can see I put on there, and then I just cut out a journaling spot to add below it, and that also comes from the cut aparts. Then I'm adding on this New York sticker, which has a little bit of dimension to it, not a lot. These destination stickers, some of them have a smidge of dimension, but not nearly as much as their traditional 3D stickers, so they still work for a traveler's notebook. They're not going to bulk it up too much. Now I'm adding on this white over here, and that is where I'm going to be able to put pictures in when I have those developed. And you can see I settled on putting the New York map sticker there, as well as this little picture that looks like a Polaroid picture. And then I'm going to add on some little puffy stickers. These ones are just little leaves, as well as add on the words that say Hello Autumn, because I'm anticipating the fall colors in New York are going to be spectacular if my past experience proves to be true again. So I knew that specifically in this state, and actually I think probably for all of them, but this one really I was going to be looking for beautiful fall colors up in the mountains. So that's why I opted to add that specifically there. Now I also didn't add a big state title on there like I will do for the other states. Now let's move on to the next one, and the next state is going to be Vermont, and I'm just going day by day. I figure I can jot some little notes in each day. This isn't meant to be my whole trip experience. It isn't meant to be as much as a scrapbook layout, but just a little place to keep a picture or two and some thoughts from that day of travel. So I'm continuing to use the Autumn Woods collection on this one before I switch it up, and I am going to just go around, cut out that patterned paper. I always cut it a little big just so I don't cut it too small. And this is just a really pretty leaf patterned paper. And then here you can see the Vermont stickers, just beautiful, a little bit of dimension, a little bit of foiling, and some traditional cardstock stickers as well. I am using this Borders cut apart page from Autumn Woods, and I'm going to add just some words to the right hand side of my traveler's notebook here. It was obviously, as you can see, I was kind of hoping it would fit exactly, but it didn't. It was a little too long, so I'm just going to cut off the last part and just use that much of it. And then I'm going to pull in some cardstock here to help with break things up a little bit, and I'm also going to pull in a more maroon patterned paper. This one has just some pretty leaves on it, and it's kind of busy with what I already have. Not on its own it wouldn't be too busy, but with what I already have going on, it's a little bit busy. So I knew I was going to need to put some white on there, and you'll see that coming out here in just a minute, just to settle everything a little bit. But I did like the way that maroon pulls out the maroon color in the leaf pattern paper, as well as in the little sayings there on the side. Now I am going to add this white cardstock, and I'm going to add it specifically again for my pictures, which is pretty much how I do it. If I work ahead on the traveler's notebook, I leave a spot for pictures. It's pretty obvious where they should go. What I'm doing is just cutting 2.5 by 2.5 inch squares, and I'm going to just offset those at a slant inside of that. And you can see that helps calm the whole thing down quite a bit. Then I'm going to go ahead and add my Vermont sticker down there on the bottom so that those pictures can just tuck right into it. The Easy Runner Grand has been great for things like this traveler's notebook where you want things to come together pretty quick and you want them to stay stuck on there. And so that's my adhesive choice on this one. I tend to not pull out much else when I'm doing traveler's notebook. That one just gets it done quickly for me. Now you can see I've got those squares on there, and I am going to just add some sticker flakes, which are little tiny paper stickers meant for specifically for planners or smaller base things like traveler's notebook. They work fine for bigger things like scrapbook layouts if you're using them as embellishments, but they can't stand alone necessarily because they're pretty small, about less than an inch on most of them. But you can see they work nicely in this scale. And then I'm going to outline my pictures just because I felt like things were getting a little bit lost, and so just a little outline on there makes them pop a little better. Now let's get to adding on some epoxy stickers. These are also from the Autumn Woods collection and from the planner section. And these are little tiny epoxy ones. So they've got like that clear look going on, which is really fun. Very cute and just nice to have a variety of options between that and puffy stickers and just cardstock. So now let's look on the left side a little bit. I'm going to pull in some of that maroon again, and I'm going to do it all the way up against that left hand side and just trim that up. And then I'm going to pull in another cut apart piece from the Autumn Woods patterned papers. Here I trimmed it down a little bit. It was originally a 4x4 square, and so I cut off the edges a little bit to make it a little bit smaller. And then I'm just going to add my Vermont map sticker right on there, and that will finish off that page. Now, moving on to the third one. New Hampshire is where we're going third, probably still on the second day because it's not going to take that long to get through Vermont. But I'm going to switch it up and go to the Great Outdoors collection now. This one had a scene paper that has this really pretty forest look to it, and I thought that would look really neat as a background on Traveler's Notebook page. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it out, and I am going to add that on to my right side. As you can see, I like to do either one side or the other with completely covered with patterned paper, and then generally the other side has patterned paper but isn't completely covered. Sometimes it gets pretty stinking close, but usually I leave enough of the white to still be popping out. So that brown wood looking paper also comes from Great Outdoors, as does this tree paper, and I'm going to just put the wood paper over there for my picture area, and then I'm going to put that strip of tree paper right behind it just to act as a nice accent, as well as repeating that element of the forest that I have going on the right side. This is just a 2-inch strip, nothing super wide, but just enough that it pops out a little bit. I'm going to trim that off, and then I'm going to add that wood paper on there. I love that wood paper. It doesn't have any spots where it looks like planks. It just looks like solid wood, and it's really pretty, and it's a really pretty shade of brown as well. Now I'm going to add my New Hampshire title up there at the top, and you can see it's got that pretty silver foiling. And then I'm going to pull one of these journaling spots from the cardstock stickers from Great Outdoors, and I'm going to just set that up there and then add some accents to it to help tie the whole thing together. Now I'm going to put the state map on there, and I tried to do that on each page just because I think they're really cool stickers. And you can see there's that gold foiling again. And then another sticker flake. This one is a leaf and says Happy Autumn on it. And I'm going to just tuck those in to help break up the journaling tag and add some accent to it. And then I'm going to do the same over on the other side. I'm going to add one of those sticker flakes, and then I'm going to add on just some more of those little tiny epoxy stickers. These kind of serve the same purpose as enamel dots in embellishing, but they are just obviously a different shape, and so they're because they're clear, they have kind of a different feel to them than anything else I've used. Now I feel like the right side is still a little off balance, so I want to add something else here. So what I'm going to do is just add another spot to put a picture, and I'm going to tuck that underneath that little banner with the sticker, and that helps to give a little more balance. Otherwise it felt like it was a little off, but I also didn't want to cover up that tree completely and lose that element. It's always a task to try to find that balance when you're working. Finally, I'm going to do Maine, and I'm going to whip right through this one because my camera shut off. So I had to kind of go back and just fly right through it. So the left-hand side is this beautiful starry constellation looking paper. So gorgeous. Then I added this sticker frame on the left side that comes from the cardstock stickers, as well as that patterned paper. And then I added a stick-on pocket from the Great Outdoors collection where I can tuck that white paper into it, where I can put journaling or I can put a picture depending on what I want to do. Now this set was perfect because we're going to Bar Harbor, we're going to all these places, and so there was so many. I could have used this whole set. Like, we're going everywhere on it. I added this lighthouse on because I just thought it was a really nice element to add there where I can put a picture and tuck it in behind it. I'm also going to add on that Maine map, of course, and then this little sticker says Acadia National Park. And then I'm also going to add on a fox because the last time we went to Maine, we saw lots of foxes. And so I felt like this was a great place to add in those foxes. So there you have it. There's my traveler's notebook, all prepped and ready for vacation to see the New England and northeastern leaves next week. Hope you've gotten some ideas of ways you can use your traveler's notebook for some actual traveling layouts. And we will be back again soon with another video for you. Thanks for stopping by.